Hi there, and welcome back to another episode of the Eat Well, Be Well podcast. I'm your host, Hannah Grunwald. I'm a registered dietitian at Meridian, and I have the lovely Tara Granzik joining me again. Thank you, Tara, for coming back and chatting.
Hi, Hannah. Thank you so much for having me back.
Last time, if you tuned in, we talked about nutrition and benefits for members during pregnancy. Today, we're going to talk about what comes next. We spend so much time prepping for it, but what do we do in those first couple months that we're going to call the 4th and 5th trimesters? So right after baby comes. What happens for our members? What are some ways that we can support them right after baby comes? Maybe even starting at the hospital or before they leave the hospital.
So what we really want to do is make sure that they have that appointment scheduled with their obstetrician. They should ideally have that appointment within the first 12 weeks after they deliver. And we also want to make sure that they have a pediatrician chosen. We might also be talking about birth control initially. And then we're also going to be really monitoring their mental health and making sure that we're not seeing any signs of postpartum depression.
Yeah, and there's so many changes that happen for the whole family in those first couple days and weeks. And for the birthing parent, for mom, there's changes hormonally, there's physical changes to sleep and eating routines. Yeah. What are you hearing from families that is maybe the toughest or maybe most common thing that they're kind of going through then?
Lack of sleep.
Yeah.
Lack of sleep is a big one. Just adjusting to everything. Where do they find everything? We're helping a lot of people with diaper banks, with formula banks, with just accessing services within the community as well.
Yeah. And speaking of formula and kind of feeding or nutrition in that first phase, there can be sometimes it feels like a little bit of pressure to feed the right way or feed baby, like get it right or do it right or really commit to it or double down. I really love the phrase, a fed baby is the best baby. So anywhere we're feeding them, whether that's nursing, breastfeeding, pumping, or getting formula, which can be a benefit. We can get that through some community resources, right?
Yes, WIC does offer formula for people who choose to use that. We also do offer lactation consultants who specialize in providing support to breastfeeding parents, and we also have doula support. So even if you did not utilize the doula, which is a specialized birthing coach, and they assist members in their prenatal, during the birth, and postpartum. So you can actually start that in postpartum period as well, and they will provide support to breastfeeding moms as well as support in the home.
Okay, so they could just be an extra kind of set of hands who's not as exhausted.
Right, and you know what? They are very knowledgeable about childbirth and the birthing process, so they can help answer a lot of questions as well.
Yeah, and there's so many questions like, is this normal? Is this just the baby blues? Is this something more intense? How do I feed myself? Where do I get food from? Maybe I was struggling with some of that even before baby came.
Right.
Yeah, and I just want to get this right. So a lactation consultant and doula support, that's available for any Meridian member after they've had a baby or during this process?
That's correct. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And that's as easy as just a call to your team, right?
Yep, they can call our team or they can just go onto the website.
Yeah, I remember you talking in our last conversation about that notification of pregnancy. So maybe if you've been with us since you found out you were pregnant, you let us know you're pregnant. We've got some resources for you. Or if you're kind of just joining or just heard about this or you've kind of had it on your to-do list, you can call at any point then, it sounds like.
Correct. Yeah. You don't have to have completed the NOP to receive maternity services postpartum. They will pick up for anybody at any time.
Yeah. And that 4th trimester, so those first couple weeks after baby is born, those are pretty intense. Especially when you're feeding, hard to get all of that nutrition in, hard to get liquids in. If you're nursing, you need a lot of water, a lot of drinks. What are some ways that mom care can help moms and families navigate those couple weeks of just like, I gotta feed myself?
Well, we can provide those resources to food banks, to diaper banks, to formula banks, as well as transportation to WIC offices.
And WIC also, I think, has those mobile markets. So that would be a really easy way to connect and get some nutrition or some food into the house.
Yeah, they actually have grocery stores too.
Okay. Yeah. Even easier. You can stop by, use your benefits, get everything you need.
Yep. You can go to your local grocery store, or you could go to a WIC grocery store and utilize your WIC benefits there.
So those are when we're wanting to pull in a lot of those snacks. So fourth trimester, especially if you're nursing or you're recovering from a tough labor and delivery, hunger can get really intense. I don't know if you remember that, but I remember that from my first pregnancy. I could just eat anything. I was hungry all the time and I was too tired to put anything together. And, if we've got a little bit more support or we've got some space, we're still keeping up those extra 2 more snacks a day on top of what we were eating. And we can put a little focus on things that are easier to grab, more snack type foods, quick proteins, and having just a lot of water. I had a glass of water in every room of my house.
Yes, I was very, very thirsty when I was breastfeeding. More thirsty than I thought I would be.
Yeah, it's surprising, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How about that after maybe the first couple months, baby's been home, you're adjusting to your routine, baby is maybe starting to get a routine, family members are starting to go back maybe to work or to their regular day-to-day things. Mm-hmm. What is that 5th trimester like for families? What are they going through at that time?
We're still adjusting, right? And we're starting to settle in. And so they're needing new kinds of resources as well. So it could be clothing resources. It could be childcare resources. It's still going to be transportation to get to and from their appointments. But we also have member rewards that can help them with help them through those things and purchase those items.
Yeah, and I think those member rewards, it's for things you'd already be doing anyways, right?
Correct.
You're going to the pediatrician, you're going to your follow-up appointments, so you can get some extra
assistance, especially with like immunizations and baby visits and stuff like that.
So I'm checking it off my list anyways, and on top of that, I get a reward.
Yeah, you just need to go to your member portal and redeem.
Easy peasy. Yep. You mentioned earlier some ways that we might screen, or the mom care team kind of connects and helps families around all of the changes, the mental changes, the behavioral changes that happen when a new baby comes up. Tell me a little bit about postpartum depression. Is that just impacting moms? How do we know if that's kind of getting serious?
So there is the baby blues, and then we have postpartum depression, and that mainly will affect moms, but it can also affect dads too. And it can, a lot of people are adjusting to it, and it really becomes a problem when it's starting to impact daily functioning. And so that's where we want to kind of see where that person's mood is and where their functioning is at, and then really intervene with supports just as soon as possible.
Yeah, I know on my end as a clinician, when I worked as a registered dietitian directly with new families, a lot of things that they were noticing was it's just hard to get food on the table. It's hard to even think about that planning. It's hard to get coordinated. These things that I felt like I used to be able to do and felt kind of easy for me, man, they just feel like a big mountain to get over. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So if a member is feeling some of that and they call mom care, what do the next steps look like?
Well, when they're starting to feel those things, like we will connect them directly with mental health services. This could be in person, or it could even be telehealth, and it would be for them or their other covered family members.
Okay. And we know that can impact anyone in the house. So that's important to keep in mind. And even just a conversation between family members. How are you doing? Keeping up with things? Do we need some more support or help? And it sounds like with mom care, there's just so much, an abundance of resources and support that really is just a phone call away.
Right.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining us today and going through a lot of these resources and benefits. Is there any one thing for a new family? What's the most important thing, or the one takeaway you want to leave with someone listening?
Well, I think it's really important for us to let our members know that we're here for them when they need us, and that they just need to contact us via the website.
Yeah. It really is just that easy. All right. Well, stay tuned next time. Our next episode is going to be the next phase of parenting. So we're going to talk about picky eating around kids, or what we call food jags. I'll have another guest joining me then. Stay tuned. If you have questions, you can reach out through our email at eatwellbewell@mhplan.com. Those go right to me in my inbox. So if you're saying, Hannah, I need some referrals, I need some questions answered, or I just need direction, that's what it's there for. I'm happy to help. Reach out anytime. We will see you for our next episode. Until then, be well.